don't think that I've got an ideal time of day to beachcomb, to be honest. It's just something that I wake with. I get an inspiration, a memory, a thought, something inspires me. It's just a matter of getting that feeling and feeling the urge to actually get out onto the beach and do what I do best and enjoy the most. I don't really look for anything in particular. It's something that catches my eye. It grabs me and excites. I can feel an adrenaline rush as I actually approach something that I see that takes my eye. I'd always pick something up that's attractive to me and put it away in a drawer for another time. It may be months, sitting there months before I actually stumble across something else, and I'll instantly see it and think, that will go with that piece. When I walk in the beach, I'll often stumble across something, obviously of a colour, like a piece of terracotta, sea tumbled brick, etc. and stuff like that. And that obviously draws me. But there can be colourless, you know, inanimate objects that just give me an instant feeling of wow inside that I can't explain. It's just something that I need to pick up and put together with something else to create something. It's just a matter of being lucky on the day. The tides drop things, the tides don't. They give and provide, they take away. And it's just a matter of catching the tide at the right time. My name's Martin Pammon. I'm a carpenter, beachcomber and artist. Come on then, Chrissy. Let's go and do some work. Good girl. When I'm making my art, I never know where the inspiration has come from. It's born out of the item itself. Sometimes I'll pick something up, it's a colour, it's a memory, it triggers off something that was inside me that I never realised was there, and it just manifests in front of me. I don't necessarily have a plan when I'm making things. It's something that just evolves. I like to think that most of my art is recycling these products, giving it a new lease of life and bringing some sort of relief from the shorelines. I use all manner of textures in my work, ranging from the colours and the bright, vibrant sea of sea glass, terracotta, brick, sea pottery in its varying forms and colours. It can transpire to anything from plastic bottle tops, stuff like that, which just add a little piece of colour. Right. With this piece, I'm just trying to create a stylised little quayside, basically. Obviously, the driftwood being the key. I shall later put some little houses in to scale, and I kind of create like a little sailing yacht going into the harbour, the mouth of the harbour. Again, utilising bits of old steel, etc., just to give it a little bit of depth and character and feel, you know, of age to the piece. One of the things that seems to be predominant in my art is hearts. It's not something that I look to make. It's something that it just forms and comes out of it. I think my first piece was a brick heart, and that was born from the sea tumbling, the actual process of the sea tumbling, where the core of the brick, when it was fired, was hard, and the exterior was obviously softer and eroded away in the sea, forming this heart. As part of the journey, when I collect my driftwood, I use these racks to dry it out basically and store it, and these are where some of the larger pieces live. This is another interesting piece, piece of cork. It comes from an old life raft that was discarded for some unknown reason, but it makes a great texture in my art for rock faces, etc. and stuff like that. I sort a lot of my finds into drawers. Here we've got quite a selection of beach finds as such. We've got some terracotta, some of it's potware, some of it's sea tumbled bricks. I just love the texture and the variation in colours that you get and the contrast that it gives against the plain bleached driftwood. Here's a couple of pebbles, flat pebbles that I use for bodies and heads. Just for example, like, you know, you could have a little bit of fun with it like there and then add a little hand or something like that just to give it a quirky bit of fun twist to it. In this drawer we've got some driftwood. Obviously it's been pre-dried, and I try to sort it into sizes so it makes it easier for me to locate. And usually, sadly, I tend to know exactly where each piece has been found. I mean, there's varying textures on the different species of woods and how they react to the journey in the sea. But one in particular, which actually is born from the sea, is this little stuff, and it's called kelp. It's the actual stem from the kelp plant that grows on the seabed. Here we've got some sea glass, which I've been collecting over the last few weeks. I've sieved it and washed it thoroughly, so ready for sorting once it's dried into various containers and different subdivisions. I could use that, as a sunburst in some parts. The thickness, again, different bottles. Not all of it's serviceable, but I hate to leave things behind. Here's a little cheat. I'm just rusting away a few nails and pins to use in my art, incorporating just to give it a bit of age and texture. And I've also got a sink in here which I've hidden just to use to wash things down through and utilise the space. Throughout my working career, I've worked mostly in the building trade as a carpenter, building beach huts along the east coast here in Whitstable most recently. Whitstable's a great town to live in, very inspirational. It's full of quaint chocolate box weatherboarded cottages, predominantly built around the working harbour, which has been going for centuries. I can't really remember a time when I wasn't beachcombing. From a very young, early age, I'd often be up on the beach alone, walking for miles and miles. There's several beaches in Whitstable, one being Long Rock, that's provided me with a great source of sea tumbled pottery, which came from a Victorian tip which was once about a mile inland. Further along the coastline from Whitstable is sea salter. It's historically known for providing salt, a great resource for archaeological finds as the land was also reclaimed there. My art originally was an outlet for my creativeness and for myself only initially, and it wasn't until 2 years ago that I held my first exhibition in Whitstable. I've got two primary sources, outlets for my work. The first being selling directly here via Twitter account, which is at Kent Beach Art, and also a local restaurant in Whitstable which has been absolutely fantastic for me, which snapped up the remaining pieces of my work from my first exhibition, which is Jojo's. We've got a great working environment in that I supply, they sell, they have fresh art on the walls. Some customers have reportedly said that they come specifically to see what art's on the wall over and above the primary source of them, which is eating, which is very refreshing for myself. Embracing technology, I'm now selling through my website, which is kentbeachart.com. I made a conscious decision that I wanted a quality of life as opposed to working your butt off basically and making a living, and it's a fantastic life. There's no comparison in it. It's the best thing I've ever done. It's rewarding in many other ways apart from financial, and that's who I am.